This time we will call a regularly scheduled meeting. Mr. Stokes, if you would, please do a roll call.
Mayor Earl Gray,
Here.
Jim Childs, Councilman,
Here.
Derek Rogers, Councilman, Greg Crawford, Councilman,
Here.
Council Lady Paula Stenick,
Here.
Council Lady Mayor Pro Tem Rhonda James.
Here.
Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. We do have a quorum. At this time, Mr. Childs, if you would, please do the invocation. Ms. Stennett, lead us in the pledge, please.
Yes, sir.
Please bow your heads. Thank you, your Heavenly Father, for the many blessings that you give us. We are very fortunate. Thank you for your Son who died for us. We have a freedom, and sometimes it can be taken advantage of. But help us to do the right thing as a city, to make the right decisions, take care of our citizens, and I also pray for our country too. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we will set the agenda for tonight's meeting. Is there any additions or any deletions that need to be made to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Krista Seegers was scheduled to appear under the appearances section. She has requested that her date be moved until the 26th of October.
All right. Name appearing under appearances will be stricken from the agenda tonight. Anything else, Ms. Hughes?
Yes, sir.
With that deletion added to the agenda as printed, I will approve a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion.
Second, sir.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is the minutes from the previous council meeting that was held on September the 28th, 2020. Members of council have had an opportunity to review these minutes. I will entertain a motion to approve. Motion. Have a motion and a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is city manager's report. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just three things tonight. First up, I wanted to just thank all the volunteers and all the council and Tina Pinkston for all the hard work at Clean Catoosa on Saturday. It wasn't exactly the day that everybody planned. It was a little rainier than we had hoped, but everybody still got out there and did a great job. There were lots of Girl Scout troops out at Honor Park, and there were lots of Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts out at Gilbert Stevenson Park picking up trash. And I know that Amy Jackson from the Chamber of Commerce reworked her idea on Saturday and then did her work on Friday so as to avoid a little bit of the rain, but everything looks really good, and we're very grateful to everybody who came out and helped. Another thing, 2020 census, the deadline is currently October 31st. So please, if you have not responded to the census, we need every response we can get, so please make sure you respond to the census, whether online or any of the census takers coming around in your neighborhood. And finally, just wanted to point out the 2021 budget, the proposed 2021 budget is available for public review in the city clerk's office. If anyone is interested, you're certainly welcome to come and look at it. And that's it for me, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. Next item on the agenda is ordinances. Item number 1 under ordinances is the third and final reading of ordinance number 2020-09. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2020-09, annexation be it ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, and is hereby ordained by authority thereof. Section 1, that the following property owned by Bernard H. Brown III and Britt H. Brown and known as map 0019A012, 1/4 acre, 540 Highway 41, Jordan. 540 Highway 41, Ringo, Georgia 30736, is hereby annexed into the city of Port Oglethorpe. Said property is particularly described in Exhibit A attached to this ordinance. Section 2. Any part of this ordinance shall be held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Such invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not affect or impair other parts of this ordinance unless it clearly appears that such other parts are wholly and necessarily dependent upon the part held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect from and after its adoption by the mayor and council. First reading, 14th day of September 2020. Second reading, 28th day of September 2020. Third reading tonight. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. I have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Quarles?
Yes, sir.
How is the 1.75 acres zoned now? You got a quarter of an acre being added to this, is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it's a little parcel. Me and Kelly had a discussion. We thought it was already in the city, but I never could find any record of that, so I thought it'd be best to go through this to make it officially annexed into the city. The C1 currently is 1.75 acres, so this 0.25 will just make that one parcel for this development.
And the residential dwellings are what? Have you got plans or drawings?
There's a preliminary, I think it should be in the packet that is provided. This is preliminary. They'll have to do they'll have to provide drawings on file, but I think what she gave me, I don't know if you have this, did you have this in your packet? Yeah, that's what the idea is gonna look like. So the residential will be on top and the commercial will be on the first floor.
All righty. Any other discussion? Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Ms. Stinney?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda, item number 2, under ordinances. Third and final reading for ordinance number 2020-10. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2020-10, rezoning, be it ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, and is hereby ordained by authority thereof. Section 1, that the following property owned by Bernard H. Brown III and Britt H. Brown, and known as map 0019A002, 1.75 acres, and map 0019A012, 1/4 acre, 540 Highway 41, Ringo, Georgia, is hereby rezoned to a C1 special exception Y mixed-use developments to include residential and commercial. Said property is particularly described in the Exhibit A attached to this ordinance. Section 2. Any part of this ordinance shall be held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Such invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not affect or impair other parts of this ordinance unless it clearly appears that such other parts are wholly and necessarily dependent upon the part held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect from and after its adoption by the mayor and council. First reading, 14th day of September 2020. Second reading, 28th day of September 2020. Third reading tonight. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. I have a motion to approve.
Motion, sir.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Ms. Stinney?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 3, under ordinances, is the second reading of ordinance number 2020-11. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2020-11, variance, be it ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, and is hereby ordained by authority thereof. Section 1, that the following property owned by HTH Development LLC and shown as map 0010/001/019 and 0010/033 through 53. 41 total lots, Coventry Code subdivision, Ralston, Georgia 30741, is hereby granted a rear setback variance from 30 to 25 feet. The property is particularly described in Exhibit A attached to. Section 2, if any part of this ordinance shall be held to be invalid or unconstitutional, such invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not affect or impair other parts of this ordinance unless it clearly appears that such other parts are wholly and necessarily dependent upon the part held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Section 3, that this ordinance shall take effect from and after its adoption by the mayor and the council. First reading, 20th day of September 2020, second reading is 12th day of October 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. Item number 4, under ordinances, is the second reading of ordinance number 2020-12. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2020-12, certificate of appropriateness bid ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, and is hereby ordained by authority thereof. Section 1, the following property owned by Daniel Leak and known as map 00031015103 Barnhart Circle, Port Oglethorpe, Georgia 30742, is hereby granted a certificate of appropriateness approved to extend the dumpster pad by 10 feet. Said property is particularly described as Exhibit A attached to this ordinance. Section 2, any part of this ordinance shall be held to be invalid or unconstitutional, since invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not affect or impair other parts of this ordinance unless it clearly appears that such other parts are wholly and necessarily dependent upon the part held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Section 3, that this ordinance shall take effect from and after its adoption by the mayor and council. First reading, 20th day of September 2020. Second reading is 12th day of October 2020. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. Item number 5, under ordinances, is the second reading of ordinance number 2020-13. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2020-13, zoning amendment, be it ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, and is hereby ordained by authority thereof. Section 1, that following property owned by David Kelly and Patricia Kelly and known as map 00003D013, 915 Battlefield Parkway, Port Oglethorpe, Georgia 30742, is hereby granted a C2 general commercial zoning. Said property is particularly described in Exhibit A attached to this ordinance. Section 2, if any part of this ordinance shall be held to be invalid or unconstitutional, such invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not affect or impair the parts of this ordinance unless it clearly appears that such other parts are only necessarily dependent upon the part held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Section 3, that this ordinance shall take effect from and after its adoption by the mayor and council. First reading, 20th day of September 2020. Second reading, 12th day of October 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. Item number 6, under ordinances, is the first reading of ordinance number 2020-14. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2020-14, ordinance to approve the 2021 fiscal year budget for the city of Port Oglethorpe. Whereas the duly elected governing authority of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, is authorized under Article 9, Section 2, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution of the state of Georgia, the official code of Georgia annotated 3635-3, and the charter for the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, to adopt reasonable ordinances to protect and improve the public health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia. And whereas the duly elected governing authority of the city of Port Oglethorpe, Georgia, is vested with the city council composed of the mayor and 5 council members, and whereas that all ordinances, parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed, and whereas it, and any part of this ordinance shall be held to be invalid or unconstitutional, such invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not affect or impair other parts of this ordinance unless it clearly appears that such other parts are wholly and necessarily dependent upon the part held to be invalid or unconstitutional. Now therefore is hereby ordained by the governing authority of the city of Port Oglethorpe that the following shall constitute the fiscal year 2021 budget. This ordinance shall take effect on January 1st, 2021. First reading, 12th day of October 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. The next item on the agenda is new business. Item number 1, under new business, proposed ratification of a water and sewer director. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Courtney Johnson was hired in November of 2019 as the Deputy Director for the Water and Sewer Department, and he's been serving as the Interim Water and Sewer Director since the retirement of Phil Parker earlier this year. Mr. Johnson has worked in public utilities for 19 years. He went through the application process, and city staff is requesting ratification of Mr. Johnson as the city's new Water and Sewer Director.
Thank you, Ms. Hume. And I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Do I have a second? Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Ms. James?
Yes.
Ms. Stennings?
Yes.
Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 2, under new business, proposed ratification of the Human Resource Director. Ms. Hume.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The city of Port Oglethorpe has grown and has taken the step of recruiting the Human Resources Director. This position will be responsible for or will assist with all employee-related matters, including but not limited to onboarding, employee relations, payroll, benefits, safety training, and disciplinary matters. City staff is requesting ratification of Cindy Marchant as the city's new Human Resources Director. She has more than 20 years of experience in this field. She's an ADA coordinator, a certified state mediator, a Society for Human Resources Management, and an advanced safety certified professional. So the city staff is requesting ratification of Ms. Marchant for this position.
Thank you, Ms. Hume. I have a motion to approve.
Motion, sir.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Ms. Stennings?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 3, under new business, proposed approval to purchase the police department service system. Mr. Sewell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council, Ms. Hume. I'm here for you tonight to request approval to purchase the police department computer server system from our third-party IT provider, Titan Systems, in the amount of $11,003.77. The server is responsible for housing the police department's records and security to our department's computers. Our current software is 2008 and has been failing and needs to be updated. It'll no longer be supported after the first of the year, which will cause the police department to be out of compliance with security standards and requirements. Excuse me. The new server, 2019, will bring us up to compliance, as well as it eventually take place of our video servers. We've added a lot of new computers, video, body cameras, those kind of things that take up a lot of space. So we'll need to expand that. This will also save the expense of replacing those in the future. The expected life of this server is up to 8 years. We did receive 2 other quotes for server systems. The Lenovo Think system, which was $15,306.70. The HP ProLiant system, $13,058.62. And this purchase is in the included 2020 budget.
Thank you, Mr. Sewell.
Yes, sir.
I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second, sir.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous.
Thank you.
Item number 4, under new business, proposed approval to submit application for Renaissance Strategic Vision and Plan Grant. Ms. Hume.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. This is an exciting opportunity. The city of Port Oglethorpe has been invited to apply for a $55,000 grant from the Lyndhurst Foundation, which would be submitted through the Carl Vinson Institute at the University of Georgia. The city of let's get it again. I'm doing it all right all week. Lafayette. The city of Lafayette has also been invited to apply. This grant assists local governments by working with them and their communities to develop a 10 to 15 year plan for their downtown revitalization. And the Carl Vinson Institute and the Lyndhurst Foundation believe that this is an ideal time for this community to pursue this opportunity for lots of reasons, including the Highway 41 Streetscapes project, which is going to change that area and will have a big impact on the historic district of this community. If we are selected to receive this grant, there is no funding commitment from the city. What we will have to put in is time and effort and a willingness to do the work once the plan is completed. I have spoken, if it wasn't for Chris McKeever, I wouldn't know about this. She came one of my first weeks here and told me about it, so I'm grateful for that. And I know that Mayor Pro Tem James has had a hand in the laying groundwork as well. So if the application is approved for the grant, if the application is accepted and approved, we would receive that $55,000, but it would be paid directly to the University of Georgia for the Providence Institute to actually develop a plan. I did also have a very lengthy conversation with Dan Wright, the City of Ringgold's city manager, and he had nothing but positive comments about this process that his community went through when they did it. Said it was a wonderful opportunity to bring the community together, and they really found unique and creative ways to engage people all over the community to get everybody's insight so that it could be as comprehensive as possible. So I think it sounds like a very exciting opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. Have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Second, sir.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 5, under new business, proposed approval to appoint members of the planning commission. Mr. Quarles.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. The Department of Building, Planning and Zoning recommends the appointment of Jonathan Cannell. He is the owner currently of MedStat located at 3442 Battlefield Parkway. He has over 20 years of business experience. Mr. Cannell also has a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership and a Master's of Art in Christian Education. Mr. Cannell is currently the chairman of the board of the College and Career Academy of Catoosa County, former board of Child Advocacy Resource Center, and he is a current board member of Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce. This appointment will be a 4-year term.
Thank you, Mr. Quarles. Have a motion to approve?
Motion, sir.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Anybody that don't know Mr. Cannell, I think he's going to be an excellent addition to our planning commission. He's certainly been involved in this community since he moved back here. He is originally from here. And congratulations on the
Thank you.
pick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 6, under new business, proposed approval for Catoosa Citizens for Literacy. Ms. Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The city has contracted with the Catoosa Citizens for Literacy since 2005. It provides programs for improving literacy levels in the city's citizens at no charge to any citizen. The amount that is requested is $5,000, and this amount has been included in the proposed budget for 2021. And I believe Ms. Shirley Smith is here, who I'm now pals with, just met her tonight. She would like to talk to Mayor and Council Justin briefly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. It's an honor to be up here again because you've been supporting us for quite a long time. And this has been an unusual year, hasn't it? It's been unusual for all of us because in March we were closed down. And you know, if you know anything about education, especially the GED, sometimes you lose students that way. But we have been very lucky working with GNTC. They continued with virtual. And I think it was, we moved back in May, and June 1st was when we opened our doors back for the students. And at that time I thought, no, we don't get discouraged. And all of a sudden we saw people coming in. We paid the $160 testing fee, as you know. And so they started coming in getting their vouchers to go take their test. So we may have been closed, but GNTC was not. They were up on it, and we still had people getting their GED, and now we're back, not to normal, but we have bus riders, we have children in the child care. We have been waiting to hear that noise. You know, screaming and yelling may be bad to you all, but to us it is wonderful. So we've got that, and next Wednesday we have our appreciation luncheon. You've all received a letter. If you haven't, this is your invitation for luncheon to say thank you. And we've got some exciting things going on. As you know, we give $500 scholarships to go on to a school of their choice. And we usually do 2 in May, and we usually do 2 for the GED Student of the Year. And so we missed in May because they didn't have graduation. They had very strange graduations, but So guess what? We're having 4 scholarships, 4 $500 scholarships this year. And someone said, can we do that? And I said, oh yes, as long as we have money, we can do anything. So I just want to thank you for supporting us, and just remember, no matter what, if the world gives you a pack of lemonade, you make sweet lemons, you make sweet lemonade.
Thank you, Ms. Hill.
I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is mayor and council comments. Just like to remind everyone that early voting started today. We'll have pretty much 3 weeks of it until the election. Even got a Saturday built in there. Just remind everyone, please go vote. Next item is council comments. Mr. Child?
I'm going to reiterate what the mayor said. Please vote. That's it.
Mr. Crawford?
I have nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. James?
I'd like to invite everyone out this Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Believe it or not, it's been 1 year almost since we opened up our Bark City. It was October 19th, so we're going to celebrate this Saturday at 10 o'clock. Little festivities there just to commemorate that 1 year anniversary.
Thanks again.
Earl, what was that?
Ms. Bennett?
Yes, sir. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who participated in the ALS walk, especially those who participated with Remembering Louise Stinnett. We raised a little over $1,000 for ALS on Saturday, October 3rd. I'd like to brag a little that Tornado Terra turned into playful playground for pups and people was awarded by Georgia Relief, the grant that we wrote. We will have trees in Bark City now, at Gilbert Stevenson, and at Barnhart Circle to replace the historic trees that we lost due to the unfortunate incident of our tornado that came through. And wanted to make sure that I invited everyone on October 31st for Halloween from 5 until 9. For the Halloween Spooktacular, it is free for all the little spooksters and treatsters to come and trick or treat in a safe venue. And inviting all businesses that would like to participate, please feel free to contact me to set up a table so that you can share your information with all the parents and guardians who come through, and a little sweet candy for the children. Have a great fall break. That's all, sir.
Next item on the agenda is adjournment. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.